Alright, welcome. So I'm here with Skadi, the newest huntress. If you couldn't tell by the card art, it could be a little confusing that you might not know what role she is, and she is indeed a hunter. But I am in the public test server trying to do a quick first impression video. The point of this video is just kind of just show players that haven't been able to get into the public test server, or they haven't really seen any footage of Skadi. And yeah, just show you her abilities, how they work, how she kind of compares to other hunters, and in the end, just overall my opinion. So starting with her appearance real quick, my initial thought was like, if you play Guild Wars 2 and you know the Norn playable race, she kind of looks like a Norn that has like a spirit beast from World of Warcraft. I'm a nerd, I know, but yeah. Another thing that I noticed was like her hair was like so good compared to other like older models of SMITE. So it's just kind of nice to see the progression from old god models to newest one, and they're going for like more realistic, and she just looks overall really good. This dog I don't know, this dog gets really close to me. But yeah, so let's go into her abilities now. Initially, this could be a little overwhelming because it's like walls and walls of text, but I'll try to simplify it as best as I can here for you. Starting with her passive is the Winter Wolf, Kaldr. Now, Kaldr, the wolf, has two different forms, has Beast and Elemental. The Beast form activates when you use your 2. Your 2 is kind of like a toggle, an ability, and whenever you assign, just go over to this minion. So as you can see, it's this little targeter, and you can see which target you want your wolf to attack. As soon as you target one, he turns into Beast form and then attacks him, and he just gets his ass kicked. But yeah, so that's Beast form. Elemental form, as you see here, he's more like transparent. He cannot attack. He just regens his HP over time. Things like that. The next part here you're going to see is the attack speed. So 50% of your attack speed he has, 110% of your movement speed he has, and you can see how much like HP he loses per whenever he gets blown up by like lane minions. 1 HP loss per 5 hits, not too bad. Other sources, 1 HP loss from any attack or ability. So from an enemy god, if an enemy god has like a damage over time effect, this wolf is going to get shredded. But yeah, he's really strong though, but I'll get into that later. Next, Piercing Cold. She throws a Icy Spirit forward, dealing damage to enemies and slowing them for 3 seconds. Also, Kaldr's basic attacks deal double damage to targets affected or afflicted by Piercing Cold. Piercing Cold is the debuff for 3 seconds. That is 20% slow, scaling up to 40%. Now, 40% at endgame, that's huge. 40% slow is equivalent to having a curse active, but that lasts for 5 seconds. But still, 40% is pretty huge, and 20% in the beginning is also pretty good. So you can maybe be aggressive early, maybe like invade early, because your targets are probably not going to have a boost built or anything like that. So she can be an early ganker, and this, I would assume, this would be your main like source of just lane clearing. Now, Rune of the Hunt, like I just showed earlier, you can target on who you want your wolf to attack, and then from here, as you level up that ability, as you see here, rank 1, he gains a dash. Rank 3, kills heal him. This is really huge. It's a real huge boost for your wolf, just to be a lot more just efficient and effective. You just assign him to clear some minion waves, and he gets really strong, and he can just sustain himself really easily. A lot more useful on rank 3. Rank 5, attacks give Skadi 10% more movement speed. That's an okay bonus, but the main thing is here is that, as you can tell, I'm level 1, and you can go ahead and use your 2 to your wolf. So it's a pretty nice bonus. So, but in combination with your 2 and 1, that's just how you want to use it. You want to use your 2, target who you want your wolf to attack, and then apply the Piercing Cold, so that way your wolf does double damage. As you can see here, you may be wondering how much damage does he actually do. As you see here, basic attack damage scaling from 60% to 100% of your basic attack damage. Basic attack damage comes from having more physical power. So if you go for the normal Transcendence Hunter build, you're going to have a good amount of physical power. And max rank, he's going to do 100% of your basic attack damage, which is huge. And double damage from Piercing Cold. That's a lot of burst damage as long as your wolf does not get blasted down. Her 3, Permafrost, it's just a ground targeter. It applies a, I guess I'll just go ahead and show you guys. Let's go ahead and level up here. So you place this down, and then your target has like some type of form of CC where they can't really control their movement. And as you can see here, they just kind of slide around. I guess you could probably work around this. Maybe like how some people kind of work around the Bacchus ultimate, where you kind of like you know, 2 steps right, 1 step left, or whatever. And that's her kind of form of CC. It also increases her movement speed. And as you kind of saw there, it does an initial detonation damage, and each time a target enters that area again, they get damage for the full amount again. So that can be pretty useful. Maybe with Odin, it just bounce your target around and just keep inflicting that damage. And as you can see here, the radius does increase per level, kind of like Mercury's one. And then finally, Winter's Grasp. A snowstorm surround you and your wolf upon activation. Enemies in range become rooted, and Kaldr is restored to full health. The storm persists for 5 seconds while dealing damage to enemies every 0.5 seconds. So I guess that's a total of 10 ticks of damage, right? And making Kaldr immune to damage, which is pretty huge. So the root scaling from 1 second to 2 seconds. That's a pretty decent CC. But the damage, I'm not really sure. I haven't really played a real match. This is only public test server, so I can't really tell how much damage it will be. But what's pretty cool is that when you go ahead and make your wolf attack somebody, and I'm highlighting my 4. Actually, I'm not even level 5. It would help if I get to level 5. There we go. And let's do something like this. Okay. So hold down my 4, not unleashing the button, and when I do that, the ability will cast. But as you can see here, it goes around you and your wolf, and so as long as your wolf is on the target, he will go. That's pretty nice range. So activate the 4, and then that target's already rooted and taken massive amount of damage. So that's how that looks like. It's pretty neat. Now I want to get into how she kind of compares up to top hunters. I don't really think she'll be a top contender hunter with gods like Chiron and Hu Yeezus out there. And the reason being, if you notice, she has no form of escapes. And she has no steroids and no global presence like Neith. So with no steroid, by that I mean she doesn't have a button and you press it and you get like more crits or more lifesteal, more attack speed, or more of anything like that. So that's out of the picture. Okay. And what about an escape? You can probably use your 3 as your form of escape. You get ganked, you place it down, maybe your targets aren't too good with kind of controlling their movement, and they'll just kind of slide around. And you get a small boost of a movement speed of 25%. That's pretty cool, I guess. You can also pop your ultimate to root the target for 1 to 2 seconds, but if they beat that, they're still chasing you down, or if they avoid it or whatever. It's just, that's your only real way of escaping, is using your 3 and ultimate. And your ultimate, as you saw there, it does not make you CC immune, so that's out of the picture as well. So compared to other top hunters that excel with all those like steroids, leaps, AoEs, or just like global presence like Neith or anything like that, she doesn't have that. There's no source of like life sustain like Neith has. She can use her 2 and heal up. Skadi doesn't have that either. So I guess she's really item dependent for lifesteal and penetration and things like that. She just lacks a lot of other things that other hunters do. Now, as far as being fun, I feel like she'd be really fun. I don't play hunters at all, but I feel like this would be one of the gods that I'll play just for hunter. But yeah, as far as using your abilities, you probably want to go ahead and use your 2. He'll start moving there, use your 1, and things like that. But let's go ahead. I might do a cut here to being fully built and kind of showing off some of her top end damage. Alright, so now that I'm fully built, level 20, everything like that, I don't have stacks with Transcendence, but I kind of just ran with the normal, I guess you see, hunter build with Frostbound Hammer. I don't know, I just picked it up just because you can just, I don't know, be frosty with Frostbound Hammer and, I don't know, whatever. So I have 207 attack power, or physical power, I don't know what I'm saying, physical power. So go ahead, use my wolf, sick him. So that 437 was the dash damage, which is cool. As you can see, my basic attacks are the ones in white. So my basic attacks hit for 292, and the wolf as well hits for 292. Now, you go ahead and use your 1 on that target, that applies the piercing, whatever, and that lasts for 3 seconds, and your wolf will do double damage. 583 damage. Now, he only gets about like maybe 3 of those attacks in, but that's huge in kind of a burst sense. Now, of course, this is Odin bot we're talking about here is level 1, probably doesn't have items. He probably didn't even level up any abilities or whatever, so you can probably do Robot, maybe a better representation, but still not really. So use your 2, use your 1, and then your dog will just go ahead and just rip them up. So you can do something like that, or you do your 2, 1, and then ultimate, some type of combination like that. And it's just a really good burst damage, I just feel, is what her purpose is in life. So 2, 1, ultimate. Even though the ultimate is damage over time effect, it's not too bursty, but I don't know. So that's pretty much the basis of Skadi. Hopefully it was helpful to any new players, to her. It's gonna help understand how she works, things like that. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.